This is introducing Mr. Cameron, who I've known for...
it must be about 18 months since I met you first.
And at that stage, I think you'd had a computer for a while.
Yes, I bought a digital camera and I realised that I needed to do... I now had the facility to do things with my photographs. So I spoke to my son-in-law, who's a bit of a computer expert, and we bought the laptop. And I was persuaded to buy a printer as well.
Right.
So I now can feed in my photographs and put them in files and groups. And the other thing I was interested in was the ancestry part of... so that I've been scanning a lot of black and whites and online to the Scotland Heritage Centre in Edinburgh to get family background. So that's really where it started, and with your help we've progressed quite far.
Has it led on to other, things that you didn't expect at first that, you
Well,
got into?
yes. Well, of course it started with the photographs.
Right.
And once I'd gathered all the photographs together, I thought I would start and write a story about my family. And I went into the Genealogy Centre east of Edinburgh, and I produced a family chart. And the whole thing has developed. And I've written about my youth, becoming married, having children, and to a certain extent, how they've grown up and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And our hobbies throughout the time. And at the tail end, we've got a birthday with lots of people gathered together. And then I did a paragraph on my son's wedding. And this has opened up a most interesting period for me, because I never imagined that I would be able to write so much about the past and be able to gather together all the photographs in such a satisfactory way.
Yeah.
And I was never a very good writer, and the word process facility on the computer makes it far more possible than it would have been if I'd been doing it by hand.
Right. And
yeah, it tells you when you've made a mistake, grammatically or spelling-wise. Right. It's wonderful. I've been able to give a copy of this to my son and my daughter. My daughter particularly wants it so she can give it to her children and her grandchildren if there are any.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is something that I wish that my mother and father had done more of, because I really know nothing about the background at all.
Yeah.
And this is such an easy medium once you get used to it.
And have you found the internet useful?
Yes.
About the family?
So I knew nothing, of course, about the internet until I got the computer. And we're outdoors a lot, so I discovered the weather forecast program. And then when I started going to the Heritage Centre and discovered I could do it online, and there's quite a few different groups have websites for heritage on the computer, so I trawled through these, and then found about Amazon. Amazon sells online.
Right.
And I'm a great reader, and I have several authors that I follow, and it's often quite difficult to get them in from the library. And if you go into town, you've got to trawl through the bookshop. I just put the title onto the internet on the Amazon site, and up comes the latest book. And without any difficulty at all, the press of a finger, I can buy it.
Right.
The paying comes later. I bought, strangely in this summer, a garden parasol to put over our table on the internet.
Right.
And it came the next day. And it was significantly reduced. And then, as I became more familiar with the internet, you look things up and it tell you the answer to practically everything.
Right.
When I was younger, I was in the Sea Cadets, and we went down to Leith, and our boats were kept with the Dolphin, the Merchant Navy Dolphin. And I wondered if there was anything on this. And on the internet, there's a whole umpteen pages of the history of where the boat was built, the wars, that it was because it was a naval vessel, and then it came to Leith and became a training vessel.
Right.
Absolutely amazing what you can find on the internet. And you've only got to type in what you're interested in, and it all appears.
Right.